Hello, 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 my favorite entrepreneurs. How are you today? I hope that you're having a fabulous day. I'm super excited. This is going to be a short little training. So grab your fancy pen if you have one and your paper or the notes section, even better, of your phone or your Google Doc. I like to keep everything super organized. I don't know about you, but do you have like papers everywhere? Will you write like some notes on a Post-it note and you'll never find it again? So this is really good information. It's going to be short and concise, and I want to make sure that you are taking notes. So are you ready to figure out and learn how that you can follow up simply? You know, if we haven't met before, my name is Erica Vassal, and I'm known as the queen of non-pushy sales. That involves non-pushy follow-up as well. I am creator of the world-renowned 5-step blessing method, and that is all about attracting people to you and selling fast in a non-pushy way. Do you know how you sell fast? Well, you sell by serving. So you serve them. And you know what? Let me tell you, when I tell you this simple strategy that you can use today, tomorrow, next week, it's timeless for following up. You're going to want to mail me a boatload of chocolate because that's my favorite thing. Hi, my friends. I'm so glad that you are tuning in. All right. So while you're here, I have a question for you, or if you watch the replay, please type your comments below. Have you ever gone to a vendor event or like a trade show where you had a booth, right? And you wanted people to come over because the whole reason you're there is to get names and numbers, to get leads, right? Have you ever done that? Have you ever like spent $35 or a couple $100 on a table and you invite people to come over and you chat with them for a few minutes and you get them to give you their name and number? Has anyone ever done that before? Say yes. Okay. Yes. So Denise says yes, yes, yes. Okay. So then what happens when we get home? We're counting our leads like they're money. 1, 2, 3, 35. Woohoo! And then panic sets in. Oh my gosh. What do I say? What do I say to these people? Oh my gosh, what if they don't remember who I am? What if my message is too long? What if, oh, you know what? I'm tired from the trade show or the vendor event. I'm going to do this next week. And then next week, right, turns into next year, and you never have followed up with these people. So therefore, you wasted your money standing there all day at this event. Has that ever happened to anyone? Is it awkward to then reach back out to the people? They gave you the number, and now it's like, what do I do? Has anyone ever experienced that before? I know I felt that way before, and I talked to many people who feel the same way. For some reason, it just feels weird and like pushy or like slimy. I don't know. Okay, so has that happened? Yes or no? All right, some of you, yes. Okay, good. All right, so now here's another scenario, okay? So someone says, hey, I have got this friend that you should meet. They're going to love your products, or they said they wanted your products. Here's their number. You're like, great. And you're so excited. You feel like you made it the big time because people are referring you. And then it's time. It's time to call them. Oh my gosh, the phone weighs 5 bazillion pounds. You can't possibly do it. So then you convince yourself that if they really wanted to buy the product, they're going to call you. There's no reason for you to have to talk to this person. Has anyone felt like that? It becomes like sweaty armpits and scary, doesn't it? When you know that you have to talk to somebody. Okay, so let's just erase all this and let me show you a very simple way that you can follow up with ease. Okay, so now you're going to be like, what are you talking about? Listen to me. When follow-up becomes difficult and hard, it is actually how it started. Okay, so if you can't follow up on this end, or it feels weird or awkward, it was about how the conversation began. Okay, so if you're at the vendor event and you're like, come on over, write your name here, blah, 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 and then whatever, they don't know why they're writing their name there. You didn't tell them that you're going to follow up. Like the conversation wasn't strategic enough, and that's why following up is hard. Okay, so if the next time you have a table at a boutique or a vendor event or something, if you strategize beforehand, okay? So now we're at the event, okay? So I like to use a spinning wheel at an event. So I have a spinning wheel. So people come over, they spin my wheel, okay? They know exactly what they want. They write out their information because how am I going to contact them to get them their prize? Then I tell them, I'm going to text you your claim form. Okay. Very simple. They get the text with a claim form, and now we move on to holding our appointment. Do you see? They knew. They came over, they spun the wheel, they got the prize. They had to fill it out so I could give them the prize, and then I give them the prize. It's very easy, okay? There's no like guessing on it. They don't feel awkward about giving the number because they know what they want. I don't feel awkward about following up because I also know what they want. We're all on the same page, and it makes it so much easier. If there's any question, like when you're at the vendor event, like what you're offering, what you're doing this and all the second chance drawing and all that, it becomes a little muddy waters and it becomes yucky for you. And then the other person on the other end isn't clear on why they gave you the phone number. So now maybe they got cold feet and got scared and now they're ghosting you. So if you want to be able to follow up and have people respond, it starts with the way it started. It sounds crazy when I say that, but are you feeling me on this? Okay. So have your strategy before you get there. Okay. So now let's talk about another scenario, right? If you are given a number and the person's like, here you go, this is my neighbor and I told her how much I love your products and she wants them, you call her. Okay. So now instead of being all weird about like, hey, Sally said you wanted to buy something from me, if you started out this way. Okay. So, I do surveys. Everything's on a survey. They have to tell me what they want. That's the only way I roll. And what's great about that is you don't have to have product knowledge and experience. Okay. So you have to have a strategic survey though, and a process. Okay. So how's this? Neighbor gives me the card. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. So I text, hey, thank you so much. Sally gave me your number. She said that you were interested in buying my products. So how I work my business is it's very customized. So please fill out this survey. It will even enter you to win a gift card, or it will even give you a gift card so that I can help you out the best. Here's the link. Okay, that's it. There was no awkwardness about it. I don't have to say, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? And also the other thing about it is my sales will be 3 to 4 times higher because now I found out everything she needs versus just the one product her neighbor told her about. Okay. So that makes sense. Again, it began the way I reacted to it. I was the professional and I said, this is how I do my business. Okay. So do you see this? The difference is that there's no awkwardness because they're telling you what they're interested in. Okay. So going back to the blessing method, step 1 is you bring people into your space, however that happens. Okay. Whether you're out and about, vendor event, online. Step 2 is they pre-qualify themselves. That means they tell you what they want. And if you stick with that formula, it'll be easy. Then you present effectively in 15 minutes or less. You gain your referrals, team members, if that's your plan, and then you retain all these people on automation. Okay. So it's a very simple 5-step, but do you see there's no awkwardness about it because I did step 1. They were in my space. Step 2, I found out what they want. Step 3, I can easily follow up. So let's say you are on Facebook, okay, and you start talking about your fabulous protein shake, blah, 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 fabulous protein shake, okay? And now someone messages you and says, I want to buy that, okay? So then what do you say? Here's the link. Here's the link to go buy it. And then what do you sit and wait? Scrolling, refresh. Did they buy? Did they buy? Did they buy? Did they buy? They didn't buy. So then what are you going to do to follow up? Hey, Jenny, why didn't you buy that? You said you wanted it. It becomes awkward. It becomes pushy. Okay. So in that scenario, if someone said, I'm interested, what do you say? Okay, great. Let's make sure this is a great fit for you. Please fill out my survey. Okay. And then you go on to the presentation or however you're going to do it. There's no awkwardness at all. Okay. Follow up is easy. So anytime I meet someone and they tell me that they're afraid to follow up or they've got tons and tons of leads that are sitting there that they feel bad about, right? Because they remember having a nice chit chat with people. They just don't know what to say. A lot of people think it's their lack of motivation. I don't think that's the reason why people don't follow up. I don't think it's a lack of motivation. I think it's lack of strategy. Right? You didn't go in with a strategy and now you got all these people and you don't know what to do with them. Okay. So will you try this out the next time? Go in with a strategy, be strategic. Okay. If you don't have a blessing method survey, go to blessingmethod.com. Let's get you a survey. Okay. Let's show you how to present effectively, because you can have all the surveys you want in the world, to be honest. If it's not written correctly and you don't know the right words when you're presenting, you won't have the high sales. Okay. So I just want to make sure that's clear. So would it be easier for you if you knew exactly what to say when you followed up? Would it be easier for the other person on the receiving end, right? So, hey, let me just do a quick poll, guys. Do any of you have leads that you've never followed up with? Do you have leads? I do. I have a whole binder full. Okay. Because one time I hired this an assistant. Okay. And she decided that all of my slips should be in a binder. Well, the problem with that is at that point I wasn't color coding and doing things like that. It's such a mess because now I don't know where I met any of these people. They've been sitting in there for like 7 years. Okay. It is awkward. It is very awkward. So I feel bad about it. Okay. Maybe one day I'll get around to it, but I have too many leads right now. But everyone typically has people they know they were supposed to follow up with. And let me tell you, it is a heavy feeling if you know that there's people you're supposed to be contacting, or if you live in a small town, you might not want to show your face some places because you know you forgot to follow. Maybe you didn't forget, you just didn't do it. Okay. So you can change your whole business around. If you have those stack of leads, I can show you a simple way to turn those around. Okay. If you don't have a stack of leads and you have a vendor event plan because the weather is changing and you're going to be going to a lot of those, please reach out to me. Let's set you up with a great strategy. So all those people you talk to turn into sales, turn into paying clients. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what's so weird about these videos? There's like, boom, all of a sudden, like 50 comments will come through. I don't know what is going on. All right, let's see. So COVID interrupted follow-up. Oh, yes, yes. Well, now it's easy to go back to them, right? You can go back to them with your survey, with your market research survey we're working on. It'll be so easy. So easy. I don't want anyone to not follow up because the blessing method is about making people feel special. And I just want to leave you with this thought, okay? If somebody they entrusted you with their phone number, right? Because you said that you were going to follow up with them and you don't do it. Do you know what you trigger in the other person? You trigger them feeling less than. You trigger them thinking something's wrong with them. In reality, it was you who didn't want to follow up. I'll tell you the last story before we go. I once won a prize at a vendor event. I was really excited about it. Okay. And the lady called me. It was this party. It was going to be great. She painted this beautiful picture. I was so excited. But my grandmother died. And so when she called me, I said, well, my grandmother died. Do you think you can call me back in a couple of weeks? Guys, it's been like almost 20 years, okay? The lady has still not contacted me. And she was part of a specific company. And every time I see that company name, I think it triggers that feeling like, why didn't she call me back? I don't understand. Did she not think I had any friends? Did she not think it would be a good party? What was the problem? Why didn't she call me back? People hold on to feelings like that, guys. And if you're following the blessing method, you want to make sure everyone feels good in your space. Make it about serving, not about you. Okay. So again, if you need any help with anything, go to blessingmethod.com. There's a whole bunch of different things you can choose from, or join my latest program and we'll get your 5 steps in place. I don't want you to feel awkward. Are you ready to stop feeling awkward? Can I get an amen? No more awkwardness. No more awkwardness. All right. I'll see you in a couple days. Bye, my friends. If this was helpful to you, please invite someone else to come and watch it. Bye.